Why can't we live a good life? Why do we have to fight to the death? I really don't understand what those people are thinking." Zhou Haimei shook her head with a look of regret. It seemed that she was condemning those who did not cherish the good life and had to fight for their lives. Uncle Yu put his arm around her shoulders and comforted her with a smile. "Don't worry. No matter how big the problem is, we will take it. You just need to do your own work at home and don't worry about anything else." Zhang Yi sat on the sofa, and everyone gathered in a circle in the living room. Zhang Yi started to arrange tasks directly. "Xin, the three forces in Tianhai City have been taken over by me. You will take over their network systems immediately. Through this, we can keep abreast of the movements in various areas of Tianhai City at any time." Yang Xin nodded. "Okay, brother Zhang Yi. In addition to these, I can also try to invade the network systems of other cities." Zhang Yi was stunned for a moment and looked at her with some surprise. "Can you do this too?" Yang Xin smiled and nodded. "In the past, it was because it was unnecessary. Our main opponents were in Tianhai City. But now, the forces threatening our safety have become forces in other cities, so it is necessary to do this. Except for the network of Blizzard City, I dare not touch it casually. Unless the networks of other cities are internal network systems, it will not be difficult for me to crack them. Although in the end of the world, the network system has not completely collapsed. After all, there are 6 major regions, such as national-level transcendent forces, which are maintaining these infrastructures for the national economy and people's livelihood. Most of the forces are inseparable from communication equipment and the central control system. Then they have to rely on the network, and there will be loopholes that Yang Xin will find." Zhang Yi's eyes flashed with light. "Then you try to invade the network system of Days City. I want to get their combat power information, preferably the intelligence of the supernatural powers of the mutants." Yang Xin smiled slightly. "Leave this matter to me." Then Zhang Yi looked at Lu Karen again. "Kiran, you have come into contact with a lot of things in Blizzard City recently. For example, the black battlesuits and building materials. Take it all in, and the most urgent thing is to replicate that battlesuit." Zhang Yi was very envious of the training suits in the martial arts arena. It was the first time he saw a suit that could improve a person's basic physical fitness through clothing. It was probably similar to a human exoskeleton, which Zhang Yi had seen on the internet before. However, it was the first time he had seen human exoskeleton technology develop to the level of clothing. With this thing, the overall strength of their team will be greatly improved. Even for a few girls who are not good at fighting, it can provide more life security. "Got it!" Lu Karen saluted playfully. Zhang Yi looked at Yang Mi again. "Your work has to continue. The more supernatural food you store, the better." Yang Mi nodded coquettishly. "I know. I haven't slacked off during this period." Zhang Yi nodded approvingly. "That's right." Then it was the preparation work arrangements for others. There was nothing special, just let them be prepared for battle at all times. Everyone nodded. "Okay." The next day, Zhang Yi and his team received a letter from Days City. The messenger drove a snowmobile over, 2 cars, 10 people, all of whom were extraordinary supernaturals. During the previous gathering, they had already seen that the major forces in Tianhai City were headed by Zhang Yi. So the car drove directly to the vicinity of the shelter. At the first time, the shelter's artificial intelligence system issued an alarm to Zhang Yi. Zhang Yi saw the 2 black armored snowmobiles through the monitoring. He immediately guessed that these people were from other cities, because he had never seen the logo on the car. Zhang Yi quickly changed into combat uniforms and walked out of the room. Liang Yue and Uncle Yu also dressed neatly and came to Zhang Yi's door. "Let's go and see what's going on." Liang Yue said, "They are very cautious and stopped 200 meters away from the shelter. Judging from their clothes, they should not be locals. Zhang Yi walked downstairs quickly and said, I know, they should be people from Days City. Uncle Yu frowned. Are they here to declare war? Declare a war? Zhang Yi looked back at Uncle Yu with amusement. Have you ever seen anyone who is so martial and tells you in advance when a fight really breaks out? Uncle Yu, who are they? Zhang Yi smiled playfully. They should be here to intimidate us and make us surrender without a fight. After hearing what Zhang Yi said, the expressions on Uncle Yu and Liang Yue's faces were very strange. Came to persuade them to surrender? There is indeed some truth. After all, no matter how serious the collapse of Tianhai City is, there are still some residual mutant forces and armed capabilities. If a fight really breaks out and they are forced into a desperate situation, no one will have a good ending. But, Zhang Yi and his team are not weak. No one really thinks that Zhang Yi and his team are weak, right? Even a few months ago, Zhang Yi and his team could win against the full-scale attacks of multiple bases. Not to mention that now Zhang Yi's strength has undergone a qualitative change. The Ypsilon-class Yuan Kongye was solved by Zhang Yi, who dares to say that they can beat him? I'm afraid that the strongest people in Blizzard City don't dare. Zhang Yi's mouth also had a playful smile. Let's go and take a look. Zhang Yi and his team went downstairs, and the others in the shelter were waiting for them to come down. With Zhang Yi coming, they also have a backbone. Zhang Yi smiled faintly. What are you all looking at? It's okay. Everyone should go and do your own things. Flower jumped onto Zhang Yi's shoulder, and Zhang Yi stroked its soft fur. Uncle Yu and Teacher Liang, just follow me. They were just a group of minions. So why should they be so embarrassed? Instead, it would seem that Zhang Yi was afraid of them. Several people left the shelter and walked towards the direction of the people who came. Zhang Yi slowly opened his right hand in front of him. Dimension Shield! An invisible and intangible round shield appeared in front of several people, just enough to block all directions around them. Zhang Yi now has 3 defensive uses for the Dimension Gate. The Dimension Gate has the largest defense range and the strongest defense, but it cannot be moved. The Dimension Shield has a small defense range and medium defense, but it can be used flexibly and is suitable for close defense. The Two Realms Absolute has the smallest defense range, but can form an all-round defense without dead angles, and the spherical characteristics distort the Dimension Gate, resulting in the weakest defense. He needs to choose these abilities carefully according to the situation. Several people walked slowly towards the 2 cars on the snow. In the car over there were 10 fully armed soldiers also watching this place cautiously. Seeing Zhang Yi and his men coming over, a sturdy mutant with a beard said leisurely, "They are coming." A companion leaned out of the window, just took a look and said casually, "Hurry up and give the letter to them, and then we will go back. Don't waste time in this kind of place." A skinny monkey in the back seat patted him on the shoulder and smiled. "It's a rare trip. Don't be so anxious. This place will be our territory in the future." The man curled his lips. "Then I hope they will know better." Several people chatted casually and did not take Zhang Yi and his men seriously, because they all believed that Tianhai City had been defeated long ago and the remaining strength was completely unable to fight against the 3 major organizations in Linhai City. Zhang Yi and his men walked up to them. "Who are you and what are you doing here?" Zhang Yi asked in a deep voice. The bearded man in the lead squinted his eyes and looked at Zhang Yi. "Are you Zhang Yi?" Zhang Yi nodded. "Yes." The bearded man smiled and reached out to take out a brown paper file bag from his pocket. "We are from Days City, and we are the messengers of the 3 major forces there. The leaders of our 3 forces have a letter for you, and I hope you will read it carefully." He handed the file bag to Zhang Yi and reminded him, "By the way, there is also contact information on it. After you figure it out, send an email to this address." Zhang Yi smiled faintly and didn't say anything.